So today's video is all about a drill that's only going to take 1 or 2 minutes that could save you hundreds, if not thousands of hours to get you hitting the ball much more like this. For a decent distance, decent accuracy, and hopefully a golf swing that feels much more simple than something you've been working on for the last couple of months, maybe years. So I think when I watch golfers, particularly when they come and see me, the biggest issue is that they've been told about all these different positions that they need to practice. And yet I think all the best golf swings look like one whole flowing movement. And I know it sounds incredibly simple, that, but why would we try and make the golf swing more complicated when the golf ball only really knows one position, and that's impact? So what I think you need to do is kind of just not worry about all the positions for now, and actually just think about that club head moving in a circular motion around the body. Now, what I would say initially is if you just stand up there and think, right, get the club to make a circle, for a lot of golfers, they might suddenly make a better golf swing, but they'll generally struggle with strike. And even though they might pick up a little bit of accuracy to begin with, that shot was heavy, and we can see there the low point of the golf swing was 2.6 inches behind the ball, and there wasn't really the kind of speed I'd be looking for in my swing. So when I'm looking at good golf shots, the first thing I'm looking at is, first of all, can golfers strike the golf ball correctly? So when the golf ball's on the ground, can they get that ball and then ground connection? Can they generate a reasonable amount of club head speed for the ability their body has to generate speed? And then can they get the ball fairly accurate? Now, I'm not going to go too much into the accuracy today, because my belief is that if you've been working on your golf game for a bit, you've probably got a reasonable way of holding the club and standing to the golf ball. So it's about, can we get the body working correctly with the club to generate a bit of power and get that correct ball strike? So the first thing I'm going to get you to do is get you to make a few little half swings just to the side of the golf ball. And like I said, even though this video is going to be longer than 1 to 2 minutes, this is a drill you could do 1 to 2 minutes a day, and it will dramatically improve your ball striking. So all you're going to do, set up to the side of the golf ball, and I just want you to feel that you swing the club back to about waist height and through to waist height, just back and forward. And if you can, I want you to feel that you just brush the floor when you do it. And the first thing you'll notice when you start swinging back and through is you don't get to think too much about positions, but you'll notice that you suddenly start making contact with the ground this side of the golf ball. Now, I'm going to explain why. So a lot of golfers talk about when they get here, you know, they need to feel that they move their pressure or their weight into that right side, and then they know that they need to move towards the target at some point, which will help kind of get that low point this side, target side of the ball. So what I love about the drill about being back and forward is as I swing there and don't even touch the ground, even though the club's not very heavy, as I'm swinging it, it's creating a little bit of force. Now, as I swing the club back, in order to change direction, I've got to use my body. So I move my body to the right to get the club moving in the backswing. As I go to change direction, it moves left. And then actually, because I'm only swinging short that way, I actually start moving my weight back. So kind of putting the brakes on. So even though you do that little swing, it's a great way of feeling how you get your body motion working. And even though it's only a little half swing, I would then say, this might take a bit of practice, do 3 or 4 swings and then literally just step in and collect the ball as one of the swings. And the first thing I notice when I do this exercise with golfers is all of a sudden they generate a bit more club head speed. The low point moves ahead, so the club's travelling down, that minus 3.2 is down, and all of a sudden that's gone nearly 130 yards carry and 140 total, and yet that felt a swing of no real length, no real effort, but just the timing felt amazingly good. Now, I said at the start, the simplest form of the swing is that club moving in a circular motion around the body. Now, when we're doing the little swing, it's obviously a little bit bigger than half a circle. So then all I would do is I would put a little bit more length into that rehearsal, but keep it flowing back and forward. And then step into the golf ball, try and get that feel as to how the body motion is getting the club to move. And we see a little bit more club head speed, again, low point ahead, club traveling down, 135 carry and 146 total. And I'll be honest, that wasn't a great contact, so I would work from the shorter swings, adding more length in, and just allowing yourself a few shots to get that strike a bit nearer the middle. So again, I'd go a little longer, keep the movement back and forward, and if you can, then step into the ball. And we see a little bit more club head speed at 82 mile an hour, 2.8 inches ahead, again, club traveling down 3.2 degrees, and all of a sudden 151 carry and 158 total. Now I'm using 8-iron at the moment, and I do kind of prefer golfers, if they can, to use a little bit of loft to begin with, because when they are doing those shorter swings, I think there's nothing better for golfers when they're getting that good strike of seeing the ball go in the air. I think the problem for me is a lot of golfers use irons with not enough loft on, and it's all, even though they're making some good movements with no ball, then the ball's there, they try and get underneath the golf ball, and then we can see I'm going to bottom out way behind the ball. So as I've landed a bit more length in, I'm now going to feel like I work up more to a full swing. But again, continuously back and forward, and then step into the ball. And again, even though it feels effortless there, 85 mile an hour club speed, 3 inches ahead, again, club traveling down 3 degrees, 152 carry, and 158 total. And when I think back, this is a drill I did loads as a kid, you know, and it was a really nice way of just taking all the kind of technical thoughts out of my golf swing and letting my body motion just get the club moving nicely around the body, and then building that length of swing up. Now you might find it hard just stepping into the ball and hitting it as part of the swing, but it's understanding that feel of a little shift to the right to get going, shift to the left to get the club changing direction. And the more you can build that into your golf swing, it's amazing how simple the swing feels. And again, we can see there, 84 mile an hour club speed, 3.1 inches ahead, club traveling down 3.5 degrees, and again, round about that 150 carry. And particularly for me then, I see this with clients face to face when we do this drill, the consistency of the low point becomes absolutely fantastic. So there I'm always seeing kind of 2 to 3 inches ahead of the golf ball. If I'm being honest, I'd like to see it a little bit more. But then as you move into the longer clubs, we've got that ball very central with kind of 7-iron down to pitching wedge. But as long as that low point's ahead and we're getting that nice connection, then if we need to move the ball forward a touch with those longer and mid-irons, hybrids, fairway woods as well, we're still going to have that same movement. And that's going to create that ball and then ground contact. Even with driver, you're going to have that ball forward, still get that nice body motion. And if you can start simplifying that golf swing with a simple drill like this, it's really going to help you stand up there, get rid of all those swing thoughts, make a move that's going to generate more speed, better strike, and get you hitting some of the best shots you've ever hit with the most simple golf swing you've ever had.